So what the hell? I'm not doing it. You talked it down. Until you going nuts. So you about to put I bet that damn old police would have like to use dead airline. They don't give a damn. You really damn. You kept your damn hands off of it. They took it off, right?
Read the instructions of every product you use. Its top safety tips. Try to go to a flat surface, dry, concrete, pavement. Make sure you're away from structures with your site location. Make sure you have a safe enough distance from you, the light, or any of your spectators. And then lastly, and most importantly, you have to have a water source nearby. Even sparklers can be dangerous with an estimated 1,300 emergency room visits last year.
What are you gonna pay for Donald now?
But even a sparkler burns at over 3,000
You want me
degrees.
to do snooze?
Always exercise
Yeah,
caution.
we can have them.
About safety. Putting those
Noodles.
shoes on their chest, on their heads even, trying to get social media hits. Those are very unsafe practices. The good news is firework injuries have declined in recent years, even as consumer spending keeps booming. Clay Baumgartner, CBS News. And a reminder for you, fireworks that rise into the air are illegal here in Virginia. The use of sparklers is legal, but should still be used safely as they can burn up to 3,000 degrees. However, officials are warning that hot, dry conditions like we're currently seeing in our area increase the danger of wildfires. Also, fireworks can have an impact on more than just foods you
No,
consume,
that's your night.
including those living with PTSD, children, and pets. So we had some special guests here in the studio recently visiting with our hero head, Tom Cotton. About 35 students from Guardian Christian Academy.
Did you all call anybody that down at the plant?
They also gathered outside our backyard weather center for photo ops.
I bet anybody worked down there.
Tawanda, who was with that tour group, she just retired after 30 years as a Chesapeake school bus driver. Everybody said they had a good time learning how our nation are put together. Hey, that's always a fun time when we have kiddos come here and they get to see the green screen and see how everything works. They're always so amazed. But days like now, I'm the weather guy. We need to kind of close it down. Yeah. Put the sunscreen on there. It has been really bad today. It's going to be worse tomorrow in terms of the heat humidity combination. There's 95 right now at the airport. Went down to Southland Station, loses sunshine, 2.76. It makes it feel like 108 degrees. Can't turn the dew points above 70 if you want to. So, but it put dew points very high between 70 and 80 degrees. So it is just really thick out there. So it feels very uncomfortable. And this is when we have dangerous levels of heat humidity. But we're in good company. Look at this. Keep index values upper 90s and lower 100s across essentially the eastern third of the United States.
Yeah.
Lowry is 101 up in Tennessee. 93 in Virginia Beach, and here locally, we're about 95 to 100 degrees across the Union area. A little bit cooler right against the coast. 93 in Warning there, 92 at Brunswick. But I tell you what, another very hot, humid day.
Oh!
110 spots.
Face down!
Don't cut me. 102.1 heat index.
I was trying to cut that.
Yeah.
Herbert would have said beef stale. And that man up high. Well, just don't holler at me. Then that Earl Newman cut a police off for one time. And he was bleeding one time.
But it's an academic thing because tomorrow gets worse, so it's an extreme heat warning everywhere through tomorrow evening, and then we go through the same thing.
Gail was trying to shoot. Tell you don't move.
But a lot of areas cracking 100 degrees for tonight.
Gail was cutting somebody's hair.
Still the upper 80s and low 90s tomorrow noontime. It feels like temp will be about 105 in many locations. And tomorrow afternoon cracking 110 in a lot of locations. And then on Saturday we go through the same thing. Feels like temps in the afternoon over 105, possibly 110. If you're around 8 o'clock, but it feels like temps Saturday evening on the 4th, still close to 100 degrees. We may have a couple pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow. Mostly later in the day, best chance that's going to be the farther west you are of I-95. And then over the weekend, we'll have a chance for a few pop-up scattered thunderstorms for Saturday and Sunday.
Don't get in the way. Don't get up out of that flat.
You can once again help fight childhood cancer with a cold glass of lemonade. CBS 6 is again hosting an annual lemonade stand outside our studios on West Brunswick here on Friday, November 17th. Every glass of lemonade you buy or donation you make helps patients at the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. That includes children like 6-year-old John, seen here. He's this year's Lemonade Ambassador. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2023. He completed his treatment this past December. Scan the QR code on your screen to find out more about Lemonade or make a donation online. And Cheryl was the best dressed last year, just to put that out there. So we'll see if she can top that this year. An extremely rare flower here in Virginia will soon bloom. The quartz flower at Norfolk Botanical Garden will open its petals in the coming days. Next to do it for what makes the plant so rare and when it's expected to reach peak bloom. Dr. Next is sponsored by the law firm of Allen and Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen and Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit AllenandAllen.com. High energy bills can't get cool enough. Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a total comfort. Get reliable service and payment options to fit your budget. Visit yourtotalcomfort.com/TV today. Hey guys, we brought a couple of magic. What would you like to mix this with here? All that stuff up there. When you want those to disappear, all you have to do is point. Bye. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. It's replacement window seat. You have ugly, hard to open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new champion windows. When you buy two, you get two free. Buy two champion windows, get two free. I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free. Hurry, Champion buy two get two free sale ends soon. Great job, everybody. Thanks. Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today. Hi, I'm Frank Copper with CopperBuys.com, and I want to buy your house. Are you hoping to sell your home or worried about rising costs? Interest rates drop, still rent. CopperBuys.com.
I told you that in Lawrence Thursday, like the other day.
Even help you find
On Facebook said his your mama living in Brown Jackson. People who are living in Brunswick County.
What does $1 million a year every year for life look like?
Said Lawrence been retired as sheriff, but
It looks like infinite
I reckon probably going on close 20 years now.
No, don't touch that. With a new million arriving year after year, you could give any life project the free life. Real smooth, Gary. There's a million reasons to play the Virginia Lottery's new Millionaire for Life. The draw game built for life.
She knows me. I just told her who I was.
High energy bills can't get cool enough. Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new
Yes, she went to Brunswick County High School.
Visit yourtotalcomfort.com/TV today. CBS 6 Sky Tracker is sponsored by Window World. An extremely rare.
Did I do a good job?
Preparing to bloom, and that caught my eye and my nose today. You didn't know.
Oh yeah, I think she remembered just about everybody.
Flower named Lady Macbeth. Yes, Macbeth is expected to bloom in the coming days. Native to Indonesia, the corpse flower is one of the rarest plants on Earth that's known for its distinct odor.
Said she worked at hardest when she first got married.
Thousands of these plants believed to remain in the wild. Corpse flowers bloom only briefly, typically reaching peak bloom for just 24 to 48 hours once every 2 to 3 years.
Then she worked at the bank in Boynton.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said what? Smell of rotting flesh. Yes, except like how the corpse smell. Well, now it all makes sense. But my goodness, I don't think that I would smell that. It is not pleasant at all. Oh yeah, no, thank you. I mean, it's rare.
Said Lawrence was still living in Lake Falls back when he was a gas man.
I'll pass too. Yeah, maybe I'll look at it from afar. A local softball team will soon
I think she said Lawrence didn't start being living in Boynton. Yeah, he got to be a sheriff.
Are headed to the Youth Softball World Series in Mississippi after winning
I
the
think you
Virginia
had
State
to
Championship.
live in
Next week,
your
a
Tennessee
college
if you're sheriff.
to support the team as it prepares for the big game. It's being held at the
That's the way it used to be. I think if you was the chief of police, you had to live in tight. Well, your police chief. That's the way it used to be.
An extreme appreciation now.
I think Raymond Porch had to live in Lawrenceville back when he was chief, and Doug Park.
And I'm sure you're the good aunt in the stands cheering them on. Yes, frustrated and excited. Your emotions go all over the place. That's a good thing. We do wish the different team the best of luck. Yes. Well, another sports team also got my eye today. The U.S. men's soccer team is through to the next round of the World Cup. Soccer fans cheered at watch parties all across the country.
I would have lived somewhere.
Was scored 2-0, or 2-0, I guess, as they say in soccer. Only the second knockout round win in World Cup history for the
I probably would have lived right there at the gym with it.
scored the first goal, but he was sent off with a controversial red card in the second half, meaning he will not be able to play in the next game. He's their top scorer. Well, after the game, teammate Christian Pulisic said he spoke to Balogun
Tons
about
of
that.
people.
I didn't know that about the boat.
Midfielder Malik Tillman sealed it with a free kick in the 81st minute of the match. The U.S. will be taking on Belgium in the next round of 16 match. That's Monday. And there'll be a free watch party at City Stadium here in Richmond, where they can accommodate, I checked, about 6,000 people to watch. And they had a full house last week. Yeah, it was the other night. It was so interesting, too, that free kick. He literally kicked it in the perfect spot to not hit a single person's head, but then get to the left of the goal. It was amazing. I mean, the precision. Yes, the precision to think that you can do that with your foot, right? Yeah, or head. Yeah. It was such a great win. Now, ahead in the 4:30 half hour, as we prepare to celebrate the country's milestone anniversary, the birthplace of the nation is facing an ongoing threat. Historic sites across the country are making changes to combat climate change. We'll tell you how historians in Jamestown are working to preserve an important piece of the past. I'm here with Katie McGee, who's got an exclusive offer on a beautiful, easy-to-plant duo that brings exotic color right into your home or garden. Katie, this has me thinking everything's coming up roses. It is, and Stacey, these are easy to care for, so you get the beauty and the ease, the perfect combination. These are from Cottage Farms, and Cottage Farms really brings us unique plants right to our doorstep. This is the Desert Rose Duo, so you get one white, one pink. They come home and kind of their baby form here. When you get them home, it's going to be recommended you move them into larger pots. These will grow up to 4 feet tall. Stacey, these love heat. They love sunshine. So you really want to put them in that window in the backyard. They will get multiple blooms during the summer, but they kind of go dormant during the winter, which is why you want to keep them in. Lots of sun, just a little food and water, so you kind of set it and forget it. Do you have a green thumb? I'm a black thumb. Same. This is why we love Cottage Farms. You get the beauty, you get all of this sculptural beauty that actually gets better with time. The beautiful caudex, beautiful to look at, easy to care for.
I ain't seen none yet.
$24.99 for the duo is our deal. That's 38% off. Perfect for apartment dwellers, or if you have that garden. Katie, thank you so much. So don't miss out on this opportunity of these beautiful and exclusive flowers. Head to shopspruce.com before they sell out.
How you doing, Jennifer?
great to have an expert around in case we need any emergency repairs for HVAC or plumbing. And even teach you a thing or two. And that's the capacitor, correct? He's always willing to lend a fall. He's the professional around here. But overall, I'd say Blake teach you. And this is a man cave.
So tell me, what do you guys want in your new floors?
Really, I want them installed fast.
And it needs to have a good warranty.
Installed fast, good warranty. Let me show you why I love 50 Floor. They bring the showroom right to you so you can see hundreds of styles up close.
This is so cool.
They handle everything about the install, even getting it done in a day. And they're backed by the best warranties. So, are you guys ready for your new floors?
I love this.
Schedule your free design consultation today at 50floor.com. And right now, it's 60% off plus free installation.
More reporters, more neighborhoods. This is CBS 6 News.
Well, the potential record-breaking heat we've talked about over the past few days is here.
Meteorologist Mike Stone is inside with us taking a look at these temperatures.
Whoa.
And out of curiosity, what was the high for today, Mike?
So far, Janine and Cheryl, I've had some areas anywhere from about 95 to 101 degrees. I have two pictures that were sent in by a viewer named Nicholas to illustrate how hot it was today. This is Echo Lake Park in Glen Allen's kind of between Staples Mill Road and Innsbrook. This is 12:15 today. And then here's the parking lot. There is no one there today. The only time this park is really empty is if we have like severe weather, heavy rain. There's been 4 inches of snow and people walk around there, but there was not a soul there early this afternoon because it was just so hot. Low 90s near the coast, about 95 to 100 across a lot of central Virginia, but Louisa has popped up to 101. The dew points are above 70, even some spots near 80, so it is really muggy outside. So we combine the temperature and the mugginess outside. These are the feels-like temps, at least 105 in most of the area with a few spots cracking 110 degrees. So we continue with the extreme heat warning for the this evening. It's a heat advisory far south and southwest, but the extreme heat warning is expanded everywhere in our viewing area for tomorrow through Saturday evening. So tomorrow and Saturday can be even a little bit hotter than it was today. It feels like temps next couple hours staying near above 110. They stay in the 90s this evening. Even at midnight tonight, it feels like temp 89 degrees. It drops down into the upper 70s early tomorrow morning, but then pops right back up above 110 tomorrow afternoon. And there's also going to be a lot of sunshine. The UV index is a 10. Could have a pop-up storm tomorrow, but a better chance over the weekend. We'll time that out for you and talk about a slight cool down coming up. Sure.
Thank you, Mike. And you can stay updated on this heat wave by downloading the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app if you haven't done so already. It is available in the App Store and on Google Play.
Mediators for the U.S. and Iran negotiations in Qatar said yesterday that meetings are paused for at least a week while Iran holds funeral commemorations for its late supreme leader. This comes just one day after President Trump said there was progress in the talks between the two countries. The pause of the negotiations comes as the president pivots to celebrations for the country's 250th anniversary. Yesterday, he cut the ribbon on the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library in North Dakota, speaking with an AI version of the former president.
Well, I even had a conversation with Theodore Roosevelt. They said, what did you think about the Panama Canal? Do you consider that your greatest achievement?
Trump is scheduled to visit Mount Rushmore ahead of the holiday. He will return to D.C. for celebrations in the nation's capital on July 4th.
As we prepare to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, this week also marks 250 years since the burning of Norfolk, a turning point that historians say helped shape the American Revolution. In January of 1776, British warships attacked Norfolk after the Battle of Great Bridge. Historians say Patriot leaders decided to let the city burn to keep the British from being able to use Norfolk's strategic harbor.
An important site for the British. And of course, the Patriots understood that. The decision was ultimately made by the Patriot commanders and the government of Virginia, burn the city and destroy it.
At the time of the attack, Norfolk was Virginia's largest city and a key port on the Chesapeake Bay.
Historic sites across the country, including here in Virginia, are making changes to cope with climate change.
And Tracy with Scripps News Group's partner, Climate Central, takes you to Jamestown to see how they're working to preserve the past.
As we celebrate America's 250th anniversary, the birthplace of the country is facing a rising threat. I'm Ben Tracy in Jamestown, Virginia, where there is a race to save history before it's washed away. If you're going to dig through the past,
I think it might be a gate.
Sean Romo says this is the place to do it.
You can't put a shovel in the ground without finding something.
Romo is director of archaeology for Jamestown Rediscovery, the site of America's first permanent English settlement in 1607.
And without Jamestown, there is no modern United States.
This is where the first representative assembly met and where Pocahontas married John Rolfe. Archaeologists have already unearthed 5 million artifacts, but are now racing to find as much as they can.
We do need to pick the pace up because we are under severe threat from climate change.
Jamestown is under siege from rising waters. Sea levels here have risen 1.6 feet over the past century and could rise another 3 or more by 2075.
And so when you talk about history being washed away, it's a literal thing. Oh yeah, that's not hyperbole. It's actually happening right here.
As our planet warms and sea levels rise, 2.5 million Americans and many historic sites could be at risk of severe coastal flooding by 2050.
Rising sea level are making that map change more quickly.
Geologist Rob Bell and his team at Western Carolina University are assessing risks to all 107 coastal national park sites, including the Statue of Liberty and Fort Sumter.
The greatest vulnerability in the national park system are the barrier island parks in the southeastern U.S.
That's where the Atlantic continues to swallow homes, and the historic Cape Hatteras Lighthouse had to be moved a quarter-mile inland.
But it's one thing to move a lighthouse, another thing to move a Civil War fort.
Yeah, we're not going to move Fort Sumter. Honestly, we can't protect them all.
So Sean Romo keeps digging, while Jamestown reinforces its defenses, hoping to buy more time.
Do you see a time where Jamestown Island is basically underwater? Sadly, yes. If we do nothing right now, we're going to go from Jamestown Island to Jamestown Islands in the next 50 years.
For Climate Central, I'm Ben Tracy.
The heat wave being seen across parts of the U.S. comes as millions prepare to travel for the 4th of July weekend. Coming up, how airports are protecting employees working outside on the tarmac as temperatures continue to rise.
We know more than anyone the many perils you face. Motorcycle law is complicated, and you'll need somebody who knows motorcycle law. That's why I called Marks and Harrison. They got me way more than I expected. Call Marks and Harrison right now.
Businesses are rethinking how they build data centers. That means paying for every watt of energy they use and funding new energy projects to power 325,000 Virginia homes. And data centers are helping upgrade Virginia's aging electric grid, playing by the rules and doing even more to deliver reliable electricity and keep Virginia moving forward. That's building responsibly. Get the facts at virginiaconnects.com.
The fun starts now at the Rooms to Go July 4th mattress sale. Celebrating America 250 with this special offer. Get this limited edition custom mattress by a king for the price of a queen. Just $697. Hurry, quantities are limited. Again, that's this quality king for the price of a queen. A low $697. More room, more comfort, more mattress. Lots of red, white, and blue value at the Rooms to Go July 4th mattress sale.
Rooms to Go.
Haynes meets the moment, lowers all our prices, lower than we can afford. Friday, we give back to you. Thanks on this momentous day. All our prices, far, far lower, once in your lifetime lower. Virginia's own, America's #1 furniture store. Haynes meets the moment. Free sales tax, 5 years, free. Free upgrade, next day delivery, and $250 free. All our prices lower, and $250 free. Haynes meets the moment.
Listen!
Thanks to the heartbeat. Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Just announced, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500, Equinox, and Trax models, with no payments until after Labor Day. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it. See your Heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
If you think the insurance company is playing games, you're probably right. This is no time for games. You need someone whose name they know. A powerful law firm that can get them to pay attention. Call Marks & Harrison. Over $1 billion for Virginians.
This high heat across the United States comes on one of the busiest travel periods of the year, and it's taking a toll on airport employees. CBS's Chris Van Cleve shows what's being done to protect the people who are out working on the tarmac.
Working through the sizzling and soaring summer temperatures has United Airlines bringing in extra staff, setting up cooling stations, and taking frequent breaks on the ramp at Dulles Airport outside Washington. The dangerous heat wave is hitting at the peak of the Independence Day travel rush.
It definitely is another challenge. We start planning on this stuff actually in the springtime, planning on our heavy loads and what we're going to do. And the heat, we just add that to the checklist to make sure that we have things properly prepared.
John Alfred left Los Angeles yesterday, hoping to miss the crowds.
We got padding around the holiday, go from the middle of the week to the middle of the next week. Just seemed like a good time. Also, prices were cheaper.
AAA is forecasting a record 72.2 million travelers as America celebrates its 250th. Most will drive, many aiming to find cooler ground.
I'm trying to get out early to beat the heat, get some of this fresh air, and then get some enjoyment out of it before it turns 100.
The extreme heat can also take its toll on equipment at oil refineries, slowing the production of gasoline and jet fuel when demand is high.
It can reduce refining output by several percentage points, and when the nation's refineries are already been operating at about 96% of capacity, a reduction could see the nation's refineries lose 2 to 3 percentage points of output, which can add up.
This extreme heat comes as today is shaping up to be the busiest travel day not only of the July 4th holiday, but of the year so far. The TSA expects to screen 3 million or more passengers at airports nationwide. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Washington Dulles Airport.
And I just got here.
Mike, as far as this heat wave, we obviously had a warm up yesterday, a little warmer today. It's just going to keep getting hotter as the days go on.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a few degrees hotter than today, and we're still going to be pretty hot this weekend. We will start to notice temperatures go down a little bit Sunday, more so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The normal high is 89. We were past that around 11:05 this morning. And we made up in the mid to upper 90s and lower 100s today. The record for the airport's 100 from 1953, and the sun will set tonight at 8:34. This is the latest drought monitor. It was issued this morning based on rainfall through Tuesday, and some heavy rain right at the end of June helped make southeastern Virginia a little bit better. Now, some of these numbers are misleading. You know, some of these levels have dropped. They've kind of gone from one category into the less kind of more severe category. So 3% of the extreme got dropped into severe, 9% of severe got dropped into the moderate category. So this does not mean that more areas got added into moderate from something else. It just means that the worst conditions have gotten very slightly better, if that made any sense whatsoever. We have temperatures right now, mid-90s to lower 100s. It's 100 degrees exactly in Ashland, Louisa, Farmville, and Charlottesville. As we spoke to you about 15 minutes ago, it was 101 in Louisa. These are the feels-like temperatures, over 105 in most areas, over 110 in a few spots. You know, Farmville, 120. We've been mentioning that the dew points out there have been higher. What happens is when you get around a lot of crops, especially corn, but crops nonetheless, we get this kind of crop sweat. What happens is the moisture that's down in the ground, in the soil, comes up through the plants and the crops, and it kind of gets evaporated through that. When it comes out of the soil, crops, and plants, it's called evapotranspiration. And all that means is even though if you see like a puddle, you see that evaporates, but moisture is coming up through the soil and through the plants. So that's why some parts of our viewing area that have a lot of crops and whatnot, or even just a big thicket of plants around, that's why it could be a lot lot more humid with a higher heat index in those parts of our viewing area. We're going to stay in the upper 90s and lower 100s through the weekend. Sunday will probably be the coolest day out of the next few, though. Lows will stay in the mid to upper 70s. The feels like temps, again, 105 to 110 for most areas, but there'll be many spots that exceed 110. And the extreme heat warning has been extended into Saturday, so it's in effect through tomorrow and into Saturday evening. Low temperatures tonight, not too low at all, mid to upper 70s. The record low for Richmond, 77. We might actually tie that record warm low temperature. And tomorrow, upper 90s and lower 100s. There's a very slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, about 10-20%. The best chance that's going to be west of I-95. Air temperatures cracking 100 in the shade. Feels like temps cracking 110. Here we are tomorrow. A few pop-up thunderstorms late in the afternoon and evening. Better chances the farther west you are. Those fizzle out around sunset. And then over the weekend, we'll have a few pop-up thunderstorms late in the afternoons into early evenings. These won't impact everywhere, but the ones that do pop up will tap into that muggy air and put down some really heavy downpours. Could have a gusty storm or two tomorrow, but there's a better chance of any storm that does develop on Saturday having some damaging wind gusts. The chance of rain and storms is not high, just that any storm that pops up may have some damaging wind gusts, and we may go through a similar thing again on Sunday. Heading down to the beach, a lower chance of storms there. Temperature's not quite as hot, but still in the low to mid 90s, and still feels like temps above 100, even 105. Waves will be 1 to 2 feet for the upcoming holiday weekend. The water temperature's getting closer to 80 down at the beach, and up in the mountains, not quite as hot there as well, but still well into the 90s. It feels like temp near above 100. A better chance of a few storms Saturday and especially on Sunday. If you're traveling up that way and you're hanging around town going into the James, the water temperatures in the low to mid 80s, but that water level is staying pretty low, about 3.5 feet officially at the western gauge. So here's the 7-day forecast. The chance of thunderstorm activity goes up a little bit this weekend, more so on Monday, and that's when we start seeing the temperatures drop a bit. 94 Monday and upper 80s to around 90 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Zach is setting up a slip inside in the backyard, and we'll have more for you coming up at 5. Sure.
All right, go get your bathing suit, Mike. Well, the last thing you want to have happen on a holiday weekend is for your air conditioning to go out in your home. Our Joyful spoke with an expert about how you can protect your unit and your comfort.
With temperatures hitting triple digits outside, your HVAC system is working really hard to keep temperatures cool inside. And with the stress this puts on your AC unit, HVAC experts are sharing tips on how to best protect your unit. According to Robert Moore with James River Air Conditioning Company, best practices begin at the thermostat. He says the number one thing you can do to help your AC system in high heat is to keep it on the same temperature. This helps keep the system from overworking even more than it already is. He also says that double checking that your vents are open and filters are clean can make a big difference in how the system operates.
Make sure your filters are clean. This is a huge killer of air conditioners. If your filters are not clean, the next biggest thing they can do is have their contractor come do a maintenance on their system. Make sure the coils get cleaned and drain lines are clear. That way it runs as efficiently as possible.
Moore added that it helps if you clear any debris or grass that surrounds your outside unit, as this helps it reject the heat the way it needs to. For CBS 6, I'm Joy Foltz.
One bank in the Tri-Cities community has survived for decades of changing landscapes, recessions, and new technology. Just ahead, our Wayne Coble shares how, despite those challenges, it has remained a part of the fabric of Dinwiddie County.
It's very humbling when people trust you to tell their story.
The first is always thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me a voice. Thank you for allowing me to tell my story.
That's what's so cool about this job is that you can actually have an impact. You can impact people's lives.
We're going to give you a gift card so you and your dad can go shopping to help other kids. And you know what, Ledger? You can never have too many snippets. So here's your knuckle butt.
6 Gives, brought to you by Virginia Credit Union. We got you. What is Toyota affordability? It's buying smart. Right now, Toyota has lowered interest rates to 4.99% APR on the legendary Camry. It means driving for less with an amazing 51 miles per gallon. That's a range of up to 663 miles. And Camry is the KBB best resale value midsize car, which can mean thousands more at trade-in. Toyota affordability. Buy smart. Drive for less and trade for more. Toyota. Let's go places. Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. For a limited time, take an additional $1,500 off your project, plus 0% interest for 18 months. Our remodels feature seamless walls installed in as little as 1 day, backed by our lifetime warranty. Take advantage of an additional $1,500 off, plus 0% interest for 18 months. This offer won't last. Call 833-367-2394.
At East Coast Appliance, we love to save our customers money, and right now, it's the biggest 4th of July sale ever at East Coast Appliance. Save up to 50% off new appliances store-wide. Special offers on dishwashers and laundry pairs, and limited time 0% financing you won't want to miss. Always same-day or next-day delivery and install available. Shop by phone, video chat, online, or in our stores. The 4th of July sale is on now at East Coast Appliance. The best price, or it's free.
Summon same-day Wi-Fi for instant online magic and lock in your price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters, rated PG.
It opened nearly a century ago during the worst economic struggle this country has ever faced.
And through all of the seismic cultural changes since then, the Bank of Southside Virginia is still going strong in Dinwiddie County.
CBS 16 reporter Wayne Colville shows how the bank has managed to maintain its community connection in the Tri-Cities.
An institution does not make a community. Community makes an institution.
4 generations of the Clements family have walked through this bank's front door.
Very moving to come in every day and know that so many generations have got us to this point.
Bank of Southside Virginia has a storied history, and it began when 3 small community banks merged together in the early 1930s.
The goal back then was to find a little bit of economy of scale, a little bit of community, a little bit of power in numbers.
But with desperados and the Depression, those are gloomy days for the banks.
At the time, though, this country was facing one of its greatest challenges, the Great Depression.
Looking back on that initial support from community members, shareholders, residents, really propelled us into the next 100 years.
Now, more than 120 years later, they have 15 branches serving 15 different communities, with their headquarters remaining in the Carson community of Dinwiddie County.
It's a very special thing to have a bank headquarters in your community.
And BSV customers remain loyal.
Roughly a fifth of our customers have been with us for 40 plus years. And that's as far back as our computer records go. We have ledger books that go beyond that.
When you talk about computers, BSV very early on got on board with the internet.
Back in the 90s, we launched our webpage long before other community banks. We've had mobile banking and mobile check deposit. We like to be at a competitive clip for a community bank.
But Clement says technology will never replace some jobs.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the Bank of Southside Virginia. This is Ann. How may I direct your call?
The robot is not going to take your phone calls.
For Will Clements, looking back while moving forward remain essential, including where you live.
We've always been Carson residents.
It was Clement's great-grandfather who ran the bank early on and whose grandfather ushered in the drive-through.
This is the original drive-up.
And this.
It's the original drive-up door. It's still functioning. They don't make them like they used to.
Family and community remain key to BSV and the Clements family, both of whom have invested heavily along both sides of the railroad tracks in Carson.
Originally, the mathematics library devoted resource for bookmobile here, and we thought, why not help out and have a permanent library here in Carson? We had a train station, which is no longer being used.
So they bought it, moved it away from the railroad tracks, and created the first permanent library in Carson. And a few years later, adding a caboose, which became a special place for children to learn to read.
Part of the summer reading program for the Athletics Library every summer.
And then there's the old fire station, which was bought and repurposed.
We do a lot of our facilities work there, and we also have an employee training center in the old office side.
But this 1931 Model A may just be the best example of remembering the past while moving forward.
To keep it modern, I've converted it to be a full EV. It's electric. We wanted to respect the past, but know our future.
Will Clements just celebrated his 20th anniversary with the bank. He tells me he remains committed to having the bank continue to invest in the local community, and he remains committed in keeping the headquarters here in Carson. That's a look inside Wayne's World. I'm Wayne Coble, CBS 6 News.
And if you have a story idea for Wayne in the Tri-Cities, you can email him at wayne.coble@wtbr.com.
An innovative program is giving some Virginia high school students real-world business experience. We'll tell you how it works next and on the report.
These aren't just numbers. These are real people. Their energy bill doubled or tripled.
I can't afford this. I don't have that kind of money. We can't keep going on like this. Things are already high enough.
We'll keep giving you a voice here on CBS 6.
All right, Rex, let's practice your line.
Correct. Call the Pendleton Law Team.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Rex is ready. Come on in.
Roll camera, roll audio, and action.
No treat, no speak.
Really?
Every child deserves a healthy start to the day, because when students have access to nutritious school meals, they're more focused, energized, and ready to learn. Research shows healthy breakfasts can improve attendance, behavior, and academic performance, helping kids thrive both in and out of the classroom. But for too many Virginia families, access to healthy school meals remains a challenge. Together, we can help ensure every child is fueled for success. For more information, go to heart.org/Virginia.
From Farmville to Colonial Heights, Powhatan to South Hill, and all parts in between, there's a Citizens Bank and Trust Company branch ready to welcome you. No two customers are the same, and that's how we like it. We tailor our service to you, your family, your business. Citizens Bank and Trust Company. For over 150 years, your hometown bank. Your future rooted in our tradition. Now at Rooms to Go, shop our July 4th sale this Friday through Monday and get extra savings with valuable July 4th coupons in your mailbox, online, or on the Rooms to Go app. That's added bonus coupon savings on furniture for every room in your home. Plus, make buying even easier with 55-month interest-free financing. Hurry, get great sale prices and bonus coupon savings this weekend at the Rooms to Go July 4th sale.
A competitive summer program is giving some students of Portsmouth Public Schools some real-world business experience. Every year, the district partners with area businesses to create internships for high school students. This year, about 40 students out of the over 200 applicants were chosen to take part. The students are matched with businesses based on their interests. Then they spend 8 weeks as paid interns, working directly with those owners, learning the ins and outs of entrepreneurship.
So I'm super happy to be able to have the opportunity to do this in high school. And then when I get into college, I already have a network of people that can help me.
The hands-on program launched 3 years ago. It's open to high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Now, here's the CBS 6 News at 5.
That was great news. I've been waiting for it for months.
A Virginia breast surgeon accused of botching reconstruction surgeries is giving up her medical license. Coming up, the update to months of investigations by our Melissa Triplett. Hear from some of Dr. Espino's former patients and where she is still allowed to practice.
Your voice, your story. CBS 6 News at 5 starts now.
Our top story this evening, the massive heat wave trapping more than half of the United States under a heat dome through the holiday weekend. Thanks so much for joining us here at 5. I'm Janine Samuel.
I'm Cheryl Miller. The potentially record-breaking heat is impacting 4th of July celebrations, some events shifting to later in the evening and others being canceled altogether. We'll explain the changes that could impact your holiday weekend plans just ahead.
But first, let's head out into that stifling heat to learn just how hot it is out there. That's where we're going to find our chief meteorologist, Zach Daniel. I'm not even going to ask you, like, is it hot? I know it is.
You know, it's hot, but really the thing that's really the stifling part is the humidity. The heat gets into the mid-90s. We've already had that. We've already had triple-digit heat this year, but this measure of humidity with the heat, it's something else. Let me show you what we've got outside right now, and it'll start you off with a look at the heat warning. And the heat warning has been expanded in coverage in terms of most of Virginia now, and it's also been extended another day, so it will remain in effect until 8 p.m. on Saturday. That's 8 p.m. on the 4th of July. The heat index could get up to 112 in the hottest part of the day. It'll be well over 100 for 4 to 6 hours during the day. All right, the temperatures out there right now are in the mid-90s, even around 100 back to our north and west.
I'll tell you what,
Heat index values are based on the dew points here. Look at the dew points, mid to upper 70s. This is really high. It's rare to have it 78 or higher, and we have a few numbers that are in that range. And so the heat index is way up there. We're talking about well over 100, right around 110 in many locations. Sky condition remains clear. Just a few fair weather clouds. Every now and then we'll get a little bit of a break as the gets blocked by those
None of your
clouds.
business on.
Tonight we'll have a low temperature of 77. Very muggy tonight.
None of your
We do have some rain
business as it
chances in the
makes one.
forecast. We'll talk about that a little later.
It is a decision that's been brought some mixed reaction from the public. Our agent will share both sides of it.
But need to eating my dollar. My noodles.
Predictions from our weather people.
VCU pediatric emergency physician Daniel Mercurio Porter says, in this case, the city made the right call.
If we put everybody outdoors in the sunlight, are we really, encouraging the most responsible behaviors to implement? The answer is no.
Mercurio Porter says the risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke is a concern for large crowds, even when not in direct sunlight, particularly for young children and the elderly.
Our metabolisms are going to be working at the max. Our blood pressures are going to be changing. You might feel the sense of lightheadedness and dizziness easier than you normally would, or faster than you normally would. And that means that you're nearing the diagnosis of heat exhaustion.
Can I put your hand on the marker?
No word yet on if this event will be delayed for later in the month, but the city is saying that they want all residents to follow all local and state laws regarding fireworks and to do whatever they're doing this holiday weekend safely while staying hydrated. So do the work now. Here in Adrian Wilco, CBS 6 News.
And taking your dogs inside and leave them there. They tell us since the beginning of summer, they've responded to many calls about dogs left tethered or in the heat that have ended in death. For the dog owner, that could mean jail time. Heat stroke in dogs can look like excessive panting, dry tongue, fatigue, vomiting, or diarrhea, and it can quickly turn deadly. Dogs mostly cool down by panting and can't easily regulate their body temperature. Puppies, senior dogs, and short-nosed, flat-faced breeds like pugs are at higher risk of overheating.
You know what I should have done when I was old there, when I knew Angela, put a snake in a bed.
Really, the most important thing after you get into a cooler spot is to call the veterinarian because they know your pet and they can advise you if it's time for you to bring the pet in to see them immediately. If you need to walk your pet, do it early or later in the cooler part of the day and do a hand test on the pavement to make sure it won't burn their paws. Now, if your AC is out in this heat, you need to get to a cooling center. Our ACC says they're available to help with your pets.
No, I don't.
On one of the busiest travel days of the year, the TSA expects to screen at least 3 million passengers at airports nationwide. At Dulles Airport in Northern Virginia, United Airlines is hoping to help tarmac workers through this sizzling heat by bringing in extra staff and setting up cooling stations and having them to take frequent breaks when they're out on the ramp. It definitely is another challenge. Stop finding out this stuff actually in the springtime. Finding out our heavy loads and what we're going to do. And the heat, we just add that to the checklist to make sure that they're properly prepared. In New York City, Delta is warning flyers that the heat could cause delays in and out of LaGuardia Airport. And it's not just air travel being impacted. Amtrak is warning passengers that the high temperatures may cause trains to have as America celebrates its 250th birthday, and says most of these people stay updated on this heat wave by downloading the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app. It's available
You did it now.
on Google Play. Virginia State Police are investigating a deadly crash on Route 460 in Waverly yesterday afternoon. One VDOT worker was killed and another injured when a commercial vehicle hit a VDOT truck in the right lane. A statement posted online, the Virginia Department of Transportation says, quote, "This is devastating for our agency, co-workers, and colleagues. Our employees do not put on their safety vests and hard hats each day expecting to sacrifice their lives. They look to repair roads, build infrastructure that connects communities and families, respond to emergencies, and make travel safer for everyone. They deserve to make it home." Too often, work zones are treated as an inconvenience instead of places where lives are on the line. They are our workplaces. They deserve full attention and respect. As a reminder, Virginia law requires drivers to move over a lane or slow down for any vehicles on the side of the road with flashing amber, red, or blue lights.
I ain't doing it.
The federal government is shutting down a low security unit at the Petersburg Federal Prison in Oakville. The Bureau says prisons this closure will fix major staffing and maintenance issues. This news comes in after nearly 2 weeks after we reported that a 38-year-old man died at that facility. Hundreds of inmates are now being transferred to other prisons.
You did it.
But the government has announced the timeline for that closure. The city of Petersburg is unveiling a new tool that will make cutting grass easier pie. The biggest part, it's remote controlled. Our senior reporter Wayne Coble was just the only journalist of Blandford Cemetery there for its first day on the job, and he shares how this could help change the appearance of that city.
Who's buried out here in Blandford?
Both my grandparents, my maternal and paternal.
For Callie's sake, Thursday is a special day, putting flags on the graves of our grandparents.
My maternal grandparents, Christ.
Blandford Cemetery covers 189 acres.
Not as nice as it used to be.
But the appearance of this cemetery is about to change. Thanks to this. This is a memorial. This is actually it's called the artistic
And my damn sweat was well at war. You ain't gonna keep him up.
I just wanted to let people know that, hey, I will be one of the first ones to operate it.
About $50,000, they will be used throughout the city. So we're looking at Fort Davis, the sports complex, down behind Southside Depot, and cleaning up Bradford Cemetery remains important to a lot of families.
I think they should use it. It's a whole lot better than people being out here sweating and not getting the job done. This is the new Petersburg. We in with the new, out with the old.
City crews tell me once the remote control lawnmower has gone through and cleaned out brush and cut it down, they say going back to that area should take less time.
He don't like it cold, no damn. I need to try to rest.
Dozens of women sued a Virginia breast surgeon for botched procedures. Now that doctor's giving up her license. Up next, our Melissa Hill, the latest on her investigation. Former patient finally getting justice.
Wait, he would have acted up inside.
You couldn't hear before, but you can hear me now.
The city of Richmond attempted to charge
My dad's case was ruled a suicide, even though we know he would never do this to himself. And I felt like no one was listening or paying attention, and I was fighting this battle alone.
I like it cold.
Giving a voice to share my story.
Get over our fee. Get 30 to 70% off luxury furniture.
Well, Jamie wouldn't want to hear your damn voice. She did keep talking.
Made an incredible lineup of laid-back creatures and survival of the slowest, and discover how slow, small, or sleepy can be a winning survival strategy.
Hey guys!
We run a truckload of magic. What would you like to make disappear?
Well, you just keep quiet.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point to bye.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Chevy drivers across America will love the next 5 years. But one thing they won't is pay interest on that new Chevy. Just announced, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 Equinox and Trax models, with no payments until after Labor Day. Because you earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it. See your heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
VCU Health and CBS 6 are partnering to bring important health-related information to Central Virginia. Join us this evening as we speak with Dr. Ryan Cleary, neurosurgeon with VCU.
Well, you don't give a shit how long you work a goddamn hell out of my ass. You dick.
Stop by and see what the original Mattress Factory was once again the operated mattress store by Consumer Reports. The original Mattress Factory, Consumer Reports top-rated mattress store.
CBS 6 Sky Tracker is sponsored by Window World.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
We have a client who trusted a doctor, and the doctor broke that trust. Felt comfortable putting my life in her hands. And now, she has tore down my self-esteem and my self-image. You can never go back after a woman has messed up. You need to take that away from her when it never needed to happen. It's just unforgivable. I've got great concerns because this never should have happened.
I'm so thankful for you for putting it on the map. I'm just so proud of these women for coming forward. It makes me feel like something is going to happen now.
For months, we've been given a voice to women who say they suffered botched reconstruction surgeries.
You're not going to be.
Same doctor. Today, our Melissa Hill shares an update to her investigations into Dr. Sasa.
You're going to listen to me whether you want to or not.
Finally getting them justice. Sasa
You ain't going to be showing us the door.
2 days ago, voluntarily surrendering her license to ever practice medicine again in the state of Virginia.
I feel like I've known her for 40 years.
Mandy Moore and Audrey Andrews had never met until Thursday.
We didn't have to always get into the background because we've been there.
The women share a birthday. They're the first two patients and breast surgeon Dr. Sasa Gray-Espino that CBS 6 ever interviewed. And the Virginia Board of Medicine now says Espino violated the regulations governing the practice of medicine in her
She said she didn't like the rules. She said she liked it home for it.
Taking disciplinary action, but on July 1st, the board entered into a consent order with Espino because she opted to surrender her Virginia medical license instead of going through the disciplinary proceedings. As part of that order, the board stated she
You're gonna have to ask them for me. You're gonna have to ask them, man.
Surgeon who operated on Andrews after her procedure with Espino stated she had a severe deformity, and the operation done by Espino was performed so poorly that it was not consistent with the standard of care. It also states a breast surgeon who saw more after Espino left the Richard Breast Center said Espino did not arrange for appropriate follow-up care for her patient, adding that if more had come to her prior to undergoing a cancer risk-reducing double mastectomy with implants, she would not have recommended the mastectomies. I'm sorry I came to this where a lot of us got hurt. Scar for life, multiple surgeries. As CBS 6 previously reported, Espino was facing dozens of medical malpractice lawsuits filed since June of last year. The majority of the lawsuits claim she breached the standard of care by performing breast reconstruction surgery.
I don't want to damn her license. I done got them now.
She doesn't have a license anymore. Espino's lawyers said in late February they denied all allegations of negligence in the lawsuits Espino had been served with. They stated her specialized fellowship, education, training, and surgical experience qualifies her to perform breast reconstruction surgeries. As part of the consent order with the Virginia Board of Medicine, Espino did not admit nor deny the findings of fact and conclusions of law contained in the order, but she did agree to never be eligible to apply for reinstatement of her Virginia medical license at any future date.
Need to slow them down.
In March, CBS 6 reported that 5 people, including Moore, Andrews, and Richmond area plastic surgeon Dr. Stephen Montante, had filed complaints against Espino with the board since 2022. The board had previously declined to take disciplinary action on 4 of the complaints, including Andrews. But 2 weeks after our story published, the board issued a statement of allegations against Espino. I am just glad that we put a stop to it and she can't do it in Virginia anymore. Amen. Espino still has an active medical license in Alabama. When asked if the surrendering of her Virginia medical license would have any impact on her Alabama license, a spokesperson for the Alabama Board of Medical Examiners said, quote, the board will take note of the surrender, but the surrender is not
Don't give me my
guaranteed to
life.
affect her Alabama license. I'm Melissa Nicolette for CBS 6. Such an important investigation. If you have a story that you'd like Melissa to investigate, you can email her at melissa.hippolyte@wtbr.com. If you have to be outside or work outside, you need to hydrate. Indeed, there's a lot of things that we can do when we're outside. So hydrate, maybe have an umbrella. What are some other things that we need to think about that?
Well, think about yourself, of course. You got to take care of yourself.
Want me to come in here?
You can't work outside. That's real funny. I can't take a break. You can, just be careful. And we know I sympathize with everybody. I grew up landscaping in Atlanta, so I know the heat, the humidity, the total.
Sorry about this damn nail.
You also got to think about those that maybe can't really help themselves. The elderly, the very young, and of course the pets. Just keep everybody in mind. We're going to get through this. We've had these hot trenches before. It's not the end of the world, but we got to take it very seriously. Let me show you what we've got outside right now.
I just got it.
Is 96 degrees, but the humidity, man, it is way up there. Dew point of 75 makes that 96 feel like 108. Not much of a breeze, south-southeast at about 3 miles per hour. And other temperatures out there, mid to upper 90s, and some locations 100 or more. It's 100 in Ashland, as well as Fredericksburg and Charlottesville, and 101
over in Farmville. And when you factor in the humidity, it feels like it's between 105 and 110 in many locations here. Some of these numbers are kind of off the charts, but 127.
Sir, what the hell do you?
Just a little bit of just technicality there.
What?
At the site. Let me show you what we've got through our sky tracker camera. And we got a lot of sunshine. Now, looking north and east from our millionaire cam, there is the extreme heat warning. It has been expanded in size to cover more of Virginia now, and it's also been extended into Saturday. So this will remain in effect until Saturday at 8 p.m. That's the 4th of July at 8 p.m. is when this is set to expire. Heat index picked up to 112 anywhere in there. All right, there's a look at our drought monitor update. Just got updated today, and it is improved. We still have these areas in red where we
But I
have
don't have no
extreme
shelter.
drought
Get out
conditions
of
and
here.
severe drought conditions as well. Much of Hampton Roads now is in just moderate drought. Still drought, but moderate drought. So things are getting better. Up top right now, we've got just a few fair weather clouds. There's the big area of high pressure. And again, the ridge arcing way up to the north. The jet stream shaping that ridge. And you've got the heat underneath that, mid to upper 90s and some low 100s. Lows tonight, very, very warm. Mid to upper 70s and highs tomorrow. Triple digits for more locations than we're seeing today. We're going to be up to 102 here in Richmond, and there's a look at your forecast again. Could have a couple of isolated storms to our north and west.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I'm the one cutting the damn.
Again, 105 in most spots, and then again as we get into your 4th of July at 5 o'clock, 105 to 110. Once again, there is a low chance for some storms that could be severe across northern Virginia tomorrow, and then a level 2 for much of the area as we get into the 4th of July and on Sunday a chance for
I think I done broke the damn touches.
it will cool things off. Certainly, we don't need to be blowing trees over or anything like that, but getting some rain in here and cooling things down would certainly be welcome. All right, we'll have more.
Damn, all the sweat off of it and every damn thing.
Dollar Next is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com. Fact versus fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current bath, and we make repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. And for limited time, take an additional $1,500 off your project, plus 0% interest for 18 months. This offer won't last, but our shower and tub solutions will, as well as our
I got it down.
take advantage of an additional $1,500 off, plus 0% interest for 18 months. Call 833-350-2442. Join GRTC for Tap in the Transit Day, July 14th at Main Street Station from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. RSVP now at flygrtc.com.
Being in a motorcycle accident is something you don't want to go through. We know more than anyone the many perils you face. Motorcycle law is complicated, and you'll need somebody who knows motorcycle law. The insurance company wanted me to settle.
Yeah, but you sure a little quiet than what I was
The
thinking.
name of the insurance companies know all too well. They got me way more than I expected. More than the insurance company offered. Call 1-800-WE-1. Marks and Harrison. Over $1 billion for Virginians. Family owned. Means this is more than just a business.
It's a responsibility to carry on values.
Like giving back to our community.
Always put customers first.
And then we're not just selling.
I got it damn her right here. Boy, you said it.
Now, enjoy employee pricing. Up to $1,000 in trade assist and our exclusive 100,000-mile warranty.
Only for Richmond Ford.
Driven by you.
A small with renovations is not just what we build, it's how we build.
The doctor is in and you have questions. Today we're joined by Dr. Ryan Cleary, a neurosurgeon with VCU Health. Dr. Cleary, what is for
Wish I hadn't even got the damn thing.
other treatments that have been offered?
So,
Since it just got pulled over coming up here.
to treat glioblastoma and brain mets, which are the two most common types of cancer in adults. So, traditionally, these patients are initially treated with
I ain't gonna be nice, hell no.
all of those cancer cells, and so then they have to be treated with radiation, usually 3 to 4 weeks later. Unfortunately, we can't treat earlier than that because that can cause problems with wound healing. But the more that we delay it, the more we give those cancer
nerve cells have time to grow back. So brachytherapy is a form of radiation we implant into the brain, and it starts radiating those cells immediately.
This is such an important conversation to have for May, which is Brain Tumor Awareness Month. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And we thank you for watching The Doctor Is In.
In honor of the United States 250th anniversary, a new exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York is showing how art helped spark the American Revolution. The exhibit is called Revolution, with an exclamation point. Curators gathered historic works from the Met's deep collection. They say the artwork shapes how we imagine the creation of the nation. The exhibit features a carved powder horn used in war and teapots that captured colonist outrage. It also includes delicate archival prints. Curators say the art was used to spread ideas and propaganda. You can explore the free online or visit in person through Labor Day. You know, there's nothing like a good museum. You can spend hours and hours in museums. They're cool. Yes, very cool. That's a good point. Something to keep in mind. You know, this story got a lot of attention yesterday. The daredevil couple who climbed the Empire State Building.
I don't know what it is.
Today, and we're learning more about what it took to bring down the new
Sunday.
lovebirds. What police say had to happen.
Yeah.
The defense attorney says the stunt deserves some credit.
I'm attorney Christina Pendleton, but I'm also a mom. If your child gets hurt in a car wreck, don't hesitate. Call me. Helping families like yours is what we do.
What does $1 million a year, every year for life look like? It looks like infinite possibilities. No, don't touch that. With a new million arriving year after year, you could get any life project a green light. Real smooth, Gary. There's a million reasons to play the Virginia Lottery's new Millionaire for Life, the draw game built for life. From Farmville to Colonial Heights, Powhatan to South Hill, and all parts in between. There's a Citizens Bank and Trust Company branch ready to welcome you. No two customers are the same, and that's how we like it. We tailor our service to you, your family, your business. Citizens Bank and Trust Company, for over 150 years, your hometown bank, your future.
Just keep your hands off my wheels.
We run a truckload of magic. What would you like to make disappear?
All that stuff up there. When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point. Bye.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Live Casino Virginia and CBS 6 presents All In for Good, supporting this ability in Petersburg, transforming an unused space into an accessible garden for individuals.
I know you're going to probably, I know just getting rid of more.
I founded this ability in 2012 because of my son Elijah. My goal at that time was just to provide the resources to other parents. It has grown into now we are center-based. We provide services throughout the week. We provide resources. We have events throughout the year, large and small.
Well, I had to take the darn test over.
Some planter boxes, use 4x4s and a sunshade. This is for kids to come out and they can plant their vegetables. We defer so far, it's been a great community.
Yeah, but I can't refer back to the damn first one.
Is all in for good. Proud to support the work of Disability. Learn more at disability.org. Hi, I'm Frank Cottle of CottleBuyers.com. Selling your house can feel overwhelming.
I don't see why they don't, Ma.
No matter what city or county in Central Virginia, we've got you covered.
Yeah, you had to call it.
Central Virginia, we've got you covered.
Your story. CBS 6 News at 5:30.
I'm talking about rob you, huh? You get it. I don't see why they don't give you a damn copy of what you did on it.
Temperatures in the How hot did it actually get today? Is there any relief in sight? For those answers and more, I'm going to send it outside to Chief Meteorologist Zach Daniel, who is earning every cent of his pay the last couple of days. Yeah, as far as how
That is right there.
96. It probably got a little bit hotter than that, but what it feels like is really what's important. And I've seen a heat index as high as 108 here in Richmond, and that is similar all across Central Virginia, in fact, even higher in some spots. Let me show you the updated extreme heat warning map. It has been expanded to cover a larger part of Virginia now. It's also been extended another day, so this will remain in effect.
The Ducks to have his license in North Carolina or Virginia.
Outside right now, we're 96 in Richmond.
Then he got a Virginia one later on.
101 is the highest temperature from Farmville. It is very, very muggy. 70-degree dew point in Chester, 79 in Farmville, 79 back in Kilmarnock, 78 in West Point. That is really, really high. That's what makes it feel awful out here. The current heat index values get 105 and 110, a little higher in some cases. The 120 full over the top in Farmville, as is the 125 out in Kilmarnock. A little bit of I think just equipment malfunction there. But it feels awful. You get skies are mostly sunny. Every now and then we'll get a little bit of shade from some of these fair weather cumulus.
Wouldn't tell me who damn.
It's still centered over Kentucky. You see that severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Tennessee? That may be something we'll see around here as we get into the weekend. Mostly clear,
They tell who.
very warm and humid, below 77 degrees. We'll talk a bit more about how long this is going to last, and we'll have our best rain chances a little later.
Thank you, Zach. And the last thing you
Damn
want to
people
happen
go.
on a holiday weekend is for
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need to go out in your home.
Some of these
Especially
people
when
go,
temperatures are
look.
so brutally hot. Our joyful spoke with an expert about how you can protect your unit and your comfort. With temperatures hitting triple digits outside, your HVAC system is working really hard to keep temperatures cool inside. And with the stress this puts on your AC unit,
Oh,
HVAC
you
experts
get
share
ass.
tips on how to best protect your unit. According to Robert Moore with James River Air Conditioning Company, best practices begin at the thermostat. He says the number one thing you can do to help your AC system in high heat is to keep it on the same temperature. This helps keep the system from overworking more than it already is. He also says that double checking that your vents open and filters are clean can make a big difference in how the system operates.
Make sure your filters are clean. This is a huge killer of air conditioners if your filters are not clean. The next biggest thing they can do is have their contractor come do a maintenance on their system. Clean and drain lines are clear. This way it runs as efficiently as possible.
Moore added that it helps if you clear any debris or for CBS 6, some folks. We have a dramatic water rescue in Fairfax County after a car crashed into a pond. Footage from our sister station WUSA 9 shows officers saving a driver from a sinking car. They formed a human chain to reach the vehicle. Then they broke the windows and cut the driver's seatbelt.
We held on to the driver and we held on to each other. I heard someone say make a human chain. So I got that relief that we're going to have the support we need to get out that water. And then we were able to get back to dry land safely.
2 people fishing nearby also jumped into the water to help. Drivers should keep tools like glass breakers and seatbelt cutters in their cars just in case. Virginia is stepping up to protect the health of its firefighters. The new
Like, you don't want to hear about it with the damn.
a year for cancer screenings. Local governments can now
Like, I ain't supposed to have nothing to do with one day.
$350 per screening. Studies show
Yeah, but you people get out there and do what y'all want to do.
because they breathe in dangerous fumes on the job. Their
And I don't
protective
think
gear
you give
also
a
contains chemicals that can cause the disease. The goal of this new program is to catch the disease early by helping communities that cannot afford the screenings. As we mark 250 years of American independence, we're looking back at a pivotal chapter in our nation's history. In 1619, the first enslaved Africans landed at what is now Fort Monroe in Hampton, Virginia. Today, the African Landing Memorial Plaza
I got my license. I ain't do right what I got.
Veterans group are still sharing their family story today. The Tucker siblings trace their lineage back to a boy named
Don't
William
get out
Tucker,
there and be a
born
speed
in
trap. You're in that
1624
damn
to two
truck.
of the first enslaved people brought here. The family says his birth represents something powerful.
We may have been brought here
You're the road.
dress, but we established a new. The birth of William was the establishment of a new family, of a new hope, and a new vision.
The family says the next generation is already preparing to pass this story on. A new sculpture will soon be added to the memorial plaza featuring a man, woman, and child to symbolize William and his parents.
A daredevil couple who climbed the Empire State Building's antenna and unfurled a banner about love and peace landed in court today. Angela Nicolo and Ivan Kuznetsov are charged with reckless endangerment, criminal mischief, and burglary after Wednesday's stunt. Prosecutors say Kuznetsov told police they did it to celebrate their engagement. The criminal complaint said the antenna had to be powered down for an NYPD emergency services unit to climb up and intercept the couple.
Cut it off.
The couple is out of jail on supervised release and due back in court August 24th.
He is a favorite Virginia-born actor and comedian. On the screen, Tim Reed has been entertaining Americans for more than half a century. On the latest episode of Untold, a WTVR podcast, we put the man who played Venus Flytrap on WKRP in Cincinnati behind our microphone, and there was no dead air as host Katie Beck helped unpack a showbiz career like no other, including the time a Bob Marley song almost got Reed arrested. It happened at an anti-apartheid festival in South Africa right after Reed learned that Marley had gone into a coma.
Oh man, I said, can I play by Marley? The guy, he's in shock. He said, yes, I take out my cassette. And I said, okay. And I shoved it in the machine and I didn't listen to it on the plane.
Right.
So wherever I stopped, whatever was playing was going to come out. And outburst from one of the most controversial.
Gotta ban it.
This involved we have as the song is "We're the Survivors," the Black Survivors. Now this is doing apartheid. What they don't want to hear is black people who say "We're the survivors." When that song hit 5,000 people, black and white. And looking at it, I've never seen just boom, and seconds later, the place is hands in the air, and oh man, it's just
I want to.
euphoric. And then comes the man and goes, stop it, stop it, stop it. And he jumps across the desk, grabs the cassette, and rips it out of the machine and rips my tape. And I'm going, what the hell? You know, I went back to the 757 and Norfolk, I was really playing out. And the guy, he's ripped my tape. And as we're arguing, he says, no, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. They're coming to get you. I said, who's coming to get me? You have just broken the law. You can't play. And they already called. They're sending 2 people here now.
Well, you'll have to watch the podcast for the rest of that amazing story. This and all episodes of Untold can be found on WTVR.com and on our YouTube page, in addition to on Apple and Spotify.
Many Virginians and other Americans are preparing to fire up the grill this holiday weekend, and as you might expect, the price of a holiday cookout has gone up this year. We'll tell you how much more you can expect to pay.
Some waters, hanging out with the family. It's a beautiful time. Yep. Everybody together in the sunshine. Have our frisbee out in the countryside, hanging out.
As we approach the 250th birthday, the cornerstone was paved the way.
You ever heard damn body else?
Blood, sweat, tears for veterans, of course, civilians. They did their part in the beginning, but veterans, that's where my sweet spot is. I've been here for 33 years. This is home.
Up no
you forever. Wayne, the news reporter.
Tri-Cities, you are the reporter of Petersburg. We don't have anybody but you, Wayne. There are some amazing people that live and work here, and they do amazing things every day. And I love telling those stories. As I tell people, if I never, ever cross the river, I'll be okay.
Happy birthday, America. Ford is celebrating this historic moment with a special limited time offer. Employee pricing. You get the same discount we do across an impressive lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. America's all-time best-selling auto brand. But hurry, this special offer ends soon. Now with employee pricing, save more than $4,000 on Ford Bronco. Only your local Ford dealer.
And lock in their price for 5 years. It's Monsters only leaders rated PT. All dental solutions. Now accepting Medicare and Medicaid patients.
Herman Allen, providing full home comfort since
I want to see your name.
CBS 6 Sky Tracker is sponsored by Window World. The doctor is in and you have questions. Today we're joined by Dr. Ryan Cleary, a neurosurgeon with VCU Health. Dr. Cleary, why is timing so important when treating aggressive brain tumors?
So, yeah, aggressive brain tumors are
You're the
really
damn
challenging
woman.
because even though we can take the tumor out of the surgery,
And they have
there are
mesh.
cells behind. And in order to treat those
Not
cells, we
yet.
provide radiation and chemotherapy as quickly as possible. But we're limited in how quickly we can do that because we radiate too early. But the longer it takes us to treat these cells, the longer there is for those cells to grow back. And so brachytherapy provides us an opportunity to start treating these cells immediately after surgery rather than waiting 3 to 4 weeks, which can help improve outcomes.
We really appreciate your time for conversation during May, which is Brain Tumor Awareness Month. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Doctor Is In.
You're watching CBS 6 News at 5:30.
Starting this July 4th, families can officially start putting money into the new Trump accounts for kids.
About 6 million children are already signed up for this new federal program. Millions more are still eligible to participate. Any child under the age of 18 with a valid Social Security number can open up one of these accounts at trumpaccounts.gov. Children born between 2025 and 2028 will get a $1,000.
That's not a big deal. That seems kind of low, but it's all about the dew point. Dew point 75. Makes me feel like 108. Other temperatures, 90s, and even triple. And when you look at the dew points and what the impact has on the heat index, it feels like it's over 100 in every location, over 105 in most locations, between 105 and 120.
I won't go make no nasty remarks.
Not a lot of natural shade there. The extreme heat warning's been expanded over more of Virginia. It has been extended in time until 8 p.m. on the 4th of July. It wasn't going to be in effect on Saturday. Now it is. And there's a look at the drought monitor. It is improved. Much of Hampton Roads now is just under a moderate drought. They're still in rain. They're doing a whole lot better.
Buckingham.
Gotten a lot better. Just recently, past couple of weeks, with some rainfall. Now we have more opportunities for rain in the forecast. Out there right now.
Yeah.
The only shade you're going to get is the occasional fair weather cloud, big area high pressure.
Buckingham.
Over Tennessee and Kentucky. And you see the temperatures 90s and 101 in DC. Actually top the chart on this particular.
Farmville.
Lows tonight are going to be in the mid to upper 70s. Very muggy tonight. And highs tomorrow even hotter than today. It looks like the majority of locations are actually going to be 100 or higher for tomorrow. And we'll have just as much humidity around. Could have a couple storms north and west of the area tomorrow. All right, there's a snapshot of the heat.
Lawrenceville.
Afternoon at 5
112. And as we get into Saturday, 4th of July, at 5 o'clock, here's a snapshot of the heat index. At that time, most areas 106 to 112. Tomorrow afternoon, a low chance for a pop-up thunderstorm, which could produce some damaging wind gusts. Then on Saturday, 4th of July, a better chance, a level 2 here, of having storms which could produce damaging wind gusts. And then even into Sunday,
I just passed it.
each day. We'll have those chances. They tend to get a little bit better as we work our way into the weekend and early next week. Best opportunity will be on Monday. Now, notice the chances here. 30% Saturday and Sunday, so it's a condition.
Yes, I just got a few minutes of time.
But if you do get storms, they will likely have a kick to them. With damaging wind gusts as the primary threat, 60% chance rain on Monday, and much better opportunity for more widespread showers.
Now I got to come.
All right, thank you, Zach. The bars persist, but so does the buttercream. If you like your dessert with a side,
Do I need to come back in the damn?
you have to see this. The viral Walmart case breaking the internet. That's next on the 5:30.
You didn't want to let me have it the other time, 'cause I. Well, I'm gonna tell you, we don't want all that easy noises.
We know more than any, the many perils you face. Motorcycle law is complicated, and you'll need somebody who knows motorcycle law. That's why I called Marks and Harris.
Yeah, I know y'all make just as damn much noise.
Call Marks and Harris right now. Here, yeah, but this is also hot spot in Central Virginia. 100%. We're gonna have
You don't need to think y'all just shut me out.
Right now, take advantage of 0% financing for up to 36 months on all new in-stock vehicles at Honda of Short Run. Maximum finance amount, $30,000. I'm Kevin, and I'm here to stay cool and hydrated this summer. And we'll see you at Honda of Short Run. Visit Honda of Short Run today at Broad Street Road at 288.
At East Coast Appliance, we love to save our customers money. And right now, it's the biggest 4th of July sale ever at East Coast Appliance. Save up to 50% off new appliances store-wide. Special offers on dishwashers and laundry pairs, and limited time 0% financing you won't want to miss. All with same-day or next-day delivery and install available. Shop by phone, video chat, online, or in our stores. The 4th of July sale is on now at East Coast Appliance. The best price, or it's free.
Haynes meets the moment, lowers all our prices, lower than we can afford. Friday, we give back to you. Thanks on this momentous day. All our prices, far, far lower, once in your lifetime lower. Virginia's own, America's #1 furniture store. Haynes meets the moment. Free sales tax, 5 years, free. Free upgrade, next day delivery, and $250 free. All our prices lower, and $250 free. Haynes meets the moment.
And they're off. Summer racing is back at Colonial Downs. Catch the action Thursday through Sunday all season long. Join us for non-stop excitement every race day. Info at colonialdowns.com.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
From Farmville to Colonial Heights, Powhatan to South Hills, and all parts in between, there's a Citizens Bank and Trust Company branch ready to welcome you. No two customers are the same, and that's how we like it. We tailor our service to you, your family, your business. Citizens Bank and Trust Company, for over 150 years, your hometown bank, your future, rooted in our tradition.
You think the insurance company is playing games? You're probably right. This is no time for games. You need someone whose name they know. A powerful law firm that can get them to pay attention. Marks and Harris, over $1 billion for Virginia.
It is such an honor to be able to tell the stories of people in my community that I grew up in. If you have ever wanted a cake that understands your emotional dread and your love of memes, you'll have to take a road trip to Cake Decorator
I told you her.
Are becoming internet celebrities. They write funny and existential phrases on their baked goods. Messages like decomposing in your free time are going viral on social media. Cake artist Zoe Rodriguez says she found out about her internet fame on Reddit.
I've seen people talk about them being on TikTok. The first persist, but so do I. And that one I had seen got posted on Reddit. It was like, dear Walmart cake decorator, like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
A day without sunshine is like, oh, I missed the rest of it. Black night. Black night. Oh, that's true. The decorators say they get their ideas from memes on the internet. The cakes are so popular. Get this, they sometimes sell out within 30 minutes. The artists say they plan to keep baking up the last as long as they can. Say it, the cake works for me. I know, I love it.
Look up on Tommy John.
All
All right. I'm trying to do a puzzle game.
One of Virginia's oldest cities is getting some state-of-the-art help in landscaping department. How it is being used to improve the appearance of a historic cemetery. And a new development to an investigation into a former Richmond area breast surgeon who's being sued by numerous patients. Allison Evelyn will tell you what happened to the doctor's Virginia medical license.
You don't shop for floors in a store. 54 brings a design consultant to your home, shows you every option in your own life, takes precise measurements, and gets you a written all-in price before they leave. Book your free in-home design consultation. 54.com right now.
When you buy a Toyota Grand Highlander, you're not just getting a great deal on a reliable vehicle today. You're getting the space, comfort, and style you deserve, along with the efficiency and longevity you expect from a Toyota. And with the Grand Highlander being best resale value in its class,
I'm late.
it holds value exceptionally well, which can be thousands more than average right back in your pocket. That's Toyota affordability. Buy smart, drive for less, and trade for more. Toyota, let's go places. Fact versus fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current bath, and we make repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. And for a limited time, take an additional $1,500 off your project, plus 0% interest for 18 months. This offer won't last, but our shower and touch-ups will, as well as lifetime warranty. Take advantage of an additional $1,500 off, plus 0% interest for 18 months.